welcome to another episode of We Don't Wanna. This is the podcast where two certified dipshits make uncertified takes on your favorite shows. Or series, or one of those, I can't remember. We are your hosts. I am Scott, and joining me as always, has anyone ever told you you're as boring as you are ugly? It's Zachy Boy! How are you doing
yes,
today?
Actually,
Yes, all the time.
That's a very common thing I hear. Actually,
I'm not surprised, honestly.
Did you call me Zachy Boy?
Zachy Boy.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Amanda calls me that sometimes.
Yes, that's true. She does. I've heard her call you that.
Kind of turns me on.
Well, that's how I do. I like to kiss you, but you were relieved that I did not.
I was relieved that you did not.
You were relieved that I did not. You're a real son of a crap.
Okay, you're just
I'm
throwing
just
out
workshop all of the possible intros here. Down in the comments, let us know which of those intros you like the best. Little peek behind the curtain. I'm just gonna do them all. Screw you, Zach. I do what I want. This is episode 18, Game of Thrones, The Prince of Winterfell. How are you doing today, you old son of a crab? Are you?
I'm doing good, man. Been watching a lot of baseball.
Yeah, your Astros are on a hot streak.
So we lost our 12th. It would have been our 12th in a row. We lost, and then we came back. So that was yesterday, and today we won another one. They're playing incredibly well.
Yeah, I wouldn't really like to talk about how my Rockies are doing, so let's just skip that.
Hey, last I checked, your Rockies were still at 500 at least.
No, I think their loss today put them under 500.
Oh, gotcha.
Dude,
I have to admit though, like, the NL West is absurd with their fucking records and how stacked they are right now. Like, I have to admit, it is impressive how well the Rockies have done considering.
It's true. They haven't played many of the other NL West teams yet, though. Their schedule with the NL West is extremely backloaded. We only lasted like 2 episodes before we bore everyone with baseball again, by the way.
Hey, why don't you just call me afterwards?
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, baseball's good. Anything else exciting going on? You got your content hat on. I'm a big fan of that.
Got a haircut.
Okay, I did too, but my hat's on.
I got a haircut. Otherwise, man, I'm chilling. And you know what I'm actually doing more so than chilling?
What? Being a villain?
Ready to talk some Game of Thrones.
Well, hell yeah. I like to hear that.
How are you, though? I need to hear about your week.
Well, thanks. For a second there, I thought you were going to skip me because you're an asshole.
Nobody really actually cares.
True.
If we're being totally honest.
You know what I've been doing, Zach, actually, since you asked, I'll tell you. I've been back on that Hollow Knight bullshit. Big time.
Are you really?
Yes.
Dude, hell yes.
I have installed a mod on the computer version because I bought that game on like 5 different consoles now.
Support Team Cherry,
support
man.
Team Cherry for sure. It's an item randomizer. So that's for anyone who doesn't know, I'm gonna bore you some more here. Hollow Knight is a game where you find items and abilities to progress through the game. You explore a map, and areas are gated off until you find certain abilities or items to help you progress through those areas.
Very similar to any like single player story campaign game. I mean, like, you'll have some puzzle elements to get through.
It's a Metroid Castlevania style game for those who knows what those are. Anyway, what this mod does is it randomizes all the item locations. So in an item where you may find a super, or in an area where you may find a super useful, powerful, important ability, it might be something totally worthless, like a grub, for example.
Wow.
So it's like making me rethink how I look at that game entirely. It's so much fun. It's
I have
crazy.
to ask, and this is gonna bore people even more.
What
we love you guys.
What else are we doing
appreciate
here?
You guys for listening through all this. But this is another peek behind the curtain onto how nerdy Scott and I can get with some of these games. Did you see the new like, I guess I don't actually know the technical term, like the skip that has been found.
Yeah.
For speedrunners, where
Didn't
you
we
apparently
talk about this already?
I don't think we did.
Oh,
no.
okay.
Apparently the fireball has a hitbox that you can pogo off of.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true to like
Dude.
current patch. So
Okay. Okay.
Listen, I'm not a speed
I've seen a
runner.
lot of
I don't
gameplay of
know.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like several people are doing it. It looks insane.
It does
I
look
can't
cool.
believe some of that
Anyone
stuff.
who does speedrunning stuff blows my mind. I don't know how they do that shit, but it's wild. Anyway, that's what I've been up to.
Cool. I'm glad you're playing Hollow Knight, man.
It's so game. Good, dude. Every time I start playing that game, I'm like, just the music. If nothing else in that game was a masterpiece, which the rest of it is, the music alone by itself is like, holy shit, it's so good.
You think we get flagged for copyright if I overlaid some of the music on this?
I don't know.
Give our listeners it's fair use. We're telling you guys how good it is. We want you to hear it. Right?
Probably. I have no idea how those work.
Look, just go to Spotify,
Larkin.
type in Christopher Larkin.
You're my boy. Don't
Hollow Knight, and just listen to the music of that
just the main theme,
beautiful.
If nothing else. It's gorgeous. The stuff he's released for the upcoming sequel is already amazing. I could talk about Hollow Knight all day, but we won't. Yes, Lace. Oh my god. This is Game of Thrones, not the Hollow Knight Jackie Chan podcast.
Hey, that was last week.
That's a callback to not 20 minutes ago, I swear. Game of Thrones episode 18, The Prince of Winterfell. This is we're getting
the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned.
Hell yeah, 9 days. We are getting so close to my favorite episode of the season. I'm pretty sure. We're almost there, and this is an
story of a girl
that will get us there. Zachy boy, why don't you kick us off with our recap here?
I'll do the damn thing.
You wrote this one, so I am terrified of what's about to happen.
Yeah. All right. We begin with Yara arriving in Winterfell and laying down the verbal beatdown on Theon for being an insufferable idiot. Beyond the wall, Ygritte takes a captured Jon to meet with another band of wildlings who also has Qhorin Halfhand captured. Qhorin tells Jon to make sure their brothers did not die for nothing. Seems like he's cooking up a little scheme. Robb is taking a leisurely walk with Talisa, and they talk about fathers.
A lot of people talking about fathers.
Yeah, they're just talking about fathers. When he is rudely interrupted with the news that Cat set Jaime Lannister free.
Oh no, Cat.
Robb is big mad for this and puts her in timeout. We cut to see that Brienne has been charged with the delivery of Jaime back to King's Landing for the Stark girls, of course. Truly, they are best friends.
Oh, best
it is clear.
friends.
At Harrenhal, a war council commences, and we learn that Stannis' ships are 2 days from Winterfell. Tywin. Oh, geez, from King's Landing.
Stannis' ship's got that warp speed mod on.
Dude, fucking warp speed around the fucking...
Also, Winterfell is like in the very heart of landlocked. Those ships can apparently fly as well.
Dude, yeah, bro. Yeah, that's King's Landing. They're 2 days from King's Landing. Fuck me.
What was
Tywin,
mine from last time? Jon and Ygritte are continue. And that was it. We really should do a better job of proofreading.
Oh my god. All right. Tywin is set to ride from Harrenhal towards Robb, and he leaves the mountain in charge. Arya looks for Jaqen. Qhorin wants Jon to earn his spot among the wildlings, and he starts to talk some shit to him. He even pushes him down a mountain.
Does.
What a nice guy. Tyrion and Bronn have a chat about the defense of the city from the siege. Bronn suggests throwing books at the invaders. A sound plan.
Very sound plan. Good stuff from Bronn. Gren, Sam, and our boy Dollar said dig latrine pits in the north and find a cache of dragon glass weapons and a horn. Arya finds Jaqen and names him as the next kill. He definitely does not fuck with this idea. She promises to unname Jaqen if he helps her and her friends escape. Cersei tells Tyrion she has his whore after finding out that he is encouraging Joff to fight in the battle. But Cersei done screwed up. She has the wrong whore. Whore, as Danny DeVito would say. She has mistakenly captured Roz. The whole Roz storyline is finally paying out. She's mistakenly captured Roz instead of Shay. In the Riverlands, Robb and Roose talk about the plans with the Ironborn when they're interrupted by hot-ass Talisa. They make googly eyes with each other, and they do grown-up things. Very grown-up things. Arya, Gendry, and Hot Pie are able to escape the gates of Harrenhal with the help of Jaqen. Stannis and Davos talk of the siege at Storm's End, where Davos earned his title of Onion Knight, and Stannis tells Davos he means to make him his Hand of the King. Tyrion and Varys do a little verbal dance, little verbal hanky-panky, out of mutual respect for each other's intelligence. And then back at Winterfell, we learn that Theon killed the orphan boys, not Bran and Rickon. Shocker. Sorry, I spoiled that last episode. And they are hidden beneath Winterfell in the crypts right under dumbass Theon's nose. And that is episode 18 of Game of Thrones, The Prince of Winterfell.
See, this whole episode 18 thing is just still screwing me up. I'm just hung up on this.
You're going to regret that till the day you die.
I fucked up.
Yeah, you did.
I fucked up.
Where do you want to start, pal?
You know what, man? We've been doing Harrenhal last every fucking episode. Let's go ahead and talk about Harrenhal.
Because I don't think it's not like the other Harrenhal scenes. It's not like incredible moment between Arya and Tywin. No. Yeah, basically Kevin, every time I hear Kevin's name, it makes me giggle.
Kevin, dude.
Fucking
Kevin with
Lannister.
an A.
Yeah, Kevin with an A. Is just talking with his bro Tywin about yo, we're fucked. This is all bad. And Tywin is just it's time to snap in action. We're riding. Let's go. And he leaves Arya in the care of the mountain. And Arya, I think, is kind of just nah, I don't fuck with that.
She's like, this is not good.
This is not okay. I'm not about that life.
Hey, Jaqen,
hey,
let's go. Come on.
Buddy. I adore this scene between Jaqen and Arya, though.
Yes.
When she names him, he's so annoyed.
Dude, his face is
he's so pissed.
Unname me.
Yeah.
Please.
Hey. Cut that out. Stop that. No. Unname me.
Unname me now. She's like, no. And he goes, please.
It's so good. But underneath the anger and annoyance, you can tell there's this grudging respect for her. Mm-hmm. When he's this will require many more lives. I'll promise you one more life. This will require many lives. And she's like, find them, Jaqen Hagar. And he's kind of
she's like, a girl has no honor. And she just straight up is like,
shrugs. Shrug emoji. 100%.
Okay.
I don't give a shit.
Dude, it's fantastic.
It's so good.
And she even responds in the way that he speaks. Mm-hmm. Which obviously I think is slight foreshadowing that this is something that she takes to.
There will be more of Arya and Jaqen. Let's just put it that way.
What was that?
There will be more of Arya and Jaqen. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But yes, she's so good. I love Arya to death in this scene. That shrug is so funny. He's just so annoyed, but kind of a little bit impressed with her, and she's just I don't care. I'll do whatever I have to do. I'll name your dumbass. You got to get me out of here. It's amazing.
It is real good. I think that's everything really. Unless we want to talk about the end, them getting out.
I mean, yeah, they get out. That's, he very elaborately propped up all those guards on spears. So
dude.
It looked like they were still on guard. Hey, it was an effective strategy. It fooled them. Also, the other note I just have about Harrenhal is just goddamn Hot Pie. We haven't seen Hot Pie in a minute, and he's just around being a moron, and I kind of do love him.
Yeah, Hot Pie, I think he's making the thrown-ins list.
Oh, for sure, yeah. He's number one.
For sure.
He's number one with the bullet. He's not too fond of that cheese that he grabbed, but he did get some good sausages.
I should. No, doesn't he say I should have got some sausages? Or
no, he's like cheese could be better. I did get some nice sausages though. He's the one that stole this stuff from the kitchen, and he's like critiquing his own stuff that he stole. He's such a fucking weirdo,
dude.
Cheese
he's
could
like,
be better.
Hot Pie reminds me of like the Yajirobe of this.
Oh,
of this show.
Sure, because they're both fat.
Yeah, exactly, and short.
No, yeah, I can see it. Do you want to talk about Winterfell next?
Hey, hold on, pause. We're gonna have to cut for a second. My AirPods are about to die. I need to put some regular headphones on.
That's gonna look fun. Cool.
Yeah, sorry. All right. Okay, sorry.
You're good.
Oh shit, that is loud. Talk?
Hello.
Oh, fuck. Again?
Hello.
Again?
Hello. Fuck you,
Okay.
Zach.
All right. Jesus. All right.
So that's pretty much Harrenhal. Where do you want to go next? Shall we talk about Winterfell?
Yeah.
The Prince of Winterfell.
Yeah, actually, there's more. I know I said this last week. There's more to talk about,
Yes.
at least in Winterfell this week, than there has been. Not just because like it's boring to talk about Theon, but because more actually kind of unfolds here a little bit. With Yara showing up.
Yeah. Asha. Wait. Oh, is that wait?
Her name's Yara in the show.
We talked about. Okay, yeah. We talked
in the book.
about
Her name is
they
Asha.
changed the name, and then I couldn't remember. Wait, did they change her name? And I'm listening to the books right now, and so in my mind she's Asha, but you're right, she's Yara. Okay, they changed it because Asha was too close to Osha. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I literally have her in my notes as Asha, but Yara. What the fuck is
Yasha?
With her little Ride-a-Rooski around Theon?
Dude,
when she comes in, it's so weird.
It is so weird.
It bugs
what
me
a weird
so
like
much.
direction, like directing choice.
It's so weird, and she's just riding around him like she does like 3 whole circles around it. And I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing?
It is very funny that like she is constantly like berating him for like being soft and like kind of peacocking, I think.
Yeah.
Is kind of like one of the things that she gives him shit for. And it's like, what the fuck was that, Yara?
Yeah, here's my hot take. Theon deserves like the berating he gets most of the time. He is a fucking idiot. But by the same token, I hate Yara just as much as I hate Theon. Like
I don't hate her just as much, but I don't like her.
I can't stand either of them. I think I'm just anti Iron Island stuff completely.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the 4th book now in my read through, and there's a lot of Iron Island stuff in that book, and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't care.
Yeah.
But yes, there is more to talk about here.
I mean, really, she just talks a lot of shit, Sam.
She talks so much shit,
and I do enjoy that. She just makes him look like a fucking moron, which he is.
He is.
But also her manner of doing it is like, she's just cringe, man.
Yeah, she's pretty cringe, especially at that little dipsy doodle she did around him. They attempt to have like a tender moment when she tells him that story of like when he was a baby, and
when she tells him the story of when she wanted to strangle him.
Well, yes, but then like he smiles at her, and then it's like almost this thing, and then she like tries to get like sentimental with him, and she's like, "Don't die so far from the sea, baby brother." It's like, well, okay, maybe don't undercut that whole like sentiment by first coming in and just like berating him for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I guess that's just Ironborn way. That's who they are, I guess.
I think that's the show that she has to put on for her men and the people, like for her position.
Which again, to your point, is like she's just as bad as him with like the peacocking. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But it is what it is. Bran and Rickon are of course safe, and they're in the crypts, right? Or are they like?
Yeah, they're in the crypts.
Okay.
Osha is so not slick. Can we just agree on that? Like, she's just sneaking bread in, and Luwin just sees her. Like,
oh yeah.
How has no one else seen her if Luwin just notices her stealing bread? And then also part 2 of Osha not being slick is just the full volume conversation her and Luwin are having, where they're like, "We can't let Bran know," and Bran is just like sitting right there just listening to them. And I just thought that was hilarious. I was like, Osha, you are so not slick.
Yeah. Her stealth is at disadvantage.
Yeah. She's real good at the like hanky panky into murder, but the stealth, not so much.
Shall we talk the Riverlands?
Sure.
Okay. This is, I mean, aside from like the Robb stuff, the Jaime Brienne dynamic is the beginning of one of my favorite kind of duos in this show.
Good. It's very good.
I think one of 3 favorite duos, maybe.
Oh wow, you'd put them that high, huh?
For duos, yeah.
I like them a lot, but I probably wouldn't put them that high. I can think of at least 3 I like better than them. Tywin and Arya, obviously a big one. Bronn and Tyrion have a great scene in this episode.
I was forgetting Bronn and Tyrion. Maybe they're top 5.
Yeah, okay, I'll agree with that. They are so good because they're so polar opposites.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, obviously that's like writing 101. Put 2 characters who have nothing in common, who are complete opposites, together on a road trip, and comedy is going to ensue, and it does, and it's great. We did the line at the top. Has anyone ever told you you're as boring as you are ugly? And the other part about that I love so much is when she's just like, "You will not provoke me to anger," and he's just like, "I already have."
Dude, you're fucking pissed off right now.
Furious.
You're so mad.
He's just the quips that Jamie's got. He's got him by the dozen, man. He's so funny. I love him to death.
I do like the kind of challenge. He's like, "You think you could take me? Like you think you could fight me 1-on-1, even with me now?" And he's like, or she's like, "I don't know. I've never seen you fight." And he's like, "Let me help you out."
Yeah. The answer was no.
The answer is no. You couldn't. There's only 3. And here's the thing. Again, there's only 3 living men who would have a chance of taking me in a 1-on-1 fight. We know one of them is Barristan.
Yeah. I think the second one is probably the mountain. And I think the third one might be a certain Prince of Dorne. Might be my guess. But do you
think he knows that?
I think he does. He has a reputation for sure. I can't think of who else he would be talking about. I don't think he respects like Sir Loras enough to put him in that conversation.
Yeah, no.
Like maybe the Hound. In the books, Jaime has like a very high opinion of the Hound's combat ability, so maybe that's
really okay.
about, yeah.
It could be. I can't remember. Does he say this? Does this exchange happen in the books?
I don't know if like word for word this happens. I can't recall. That was a while ago that I read through book 1, but I was thinking the same thing that you were when he said that. I was like, ooh, what 3 are he talking about? Obviously, Sir Barristan. I think the Mountain probably has to be one of the others. But it is interesting stuff. Jaime, very confident, obviously. But as we talked about, like when he attacked Ned in the street, like that dude can back it up. So, he's got reason for how confident he is. And yeah, this start of this Jaime and Brienne road trip nonsense is very good stuff.
Yeah. Also, it's this is, I feel like maybe a little last episode, but especially in this episode, this is where we start to truly get kind of the downfall of the North. And I think they just start to break into pieces here.
Sure.
Just chipping away. And I don't think that, you know what it is? I think that their battles became too stagnant.
Yeah.
And Robb was actually forced to kind of like govern in a weird and like rule in a weird way while on the field while not fighting, because there wasn't a whole lot of battling taking place. And it just created this unrest.
Yeah.
And although I think that once established as a king, he would be a great king, he's being too soft for being in the field.
Yeah, there's definitely part of that, and there's so much internal discord that he's like having to deal with. Like now his own mother has betrayed him in his eyes,
Yes.
And it's like that's the last thing I'm sure in Robb's eyes that he fucking needed at this moment. And losing the Kingslayer, that is a dagger to the heart of his cause, because if Jaime Lannister gets back safely in the hands, that loses them their biggest bargaining chip. It gives the Lannisters another super accomplished warrior and commander. It's just bad news all the way around. And now on top of all that, you've got one of Robb's lords, Lord Karstark, one of his bannermen, who is now furious at his mother Catelyn. And although, and
by the way, we should clarify too, Lord Karstark, although he is a minor house when we're talking about like comparing to the Starks, he is the Karstarks are a big force in the North,
right?
Like a part of their army.
They're a big chunk of the Northern Army for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's any secret that like we've gotten a lot of Roose scenes this season as well. Like something's up with that dude, I don't think that's any secret. That dude is kind of shady as hell. And every time he counsels Robb, he kind of is like, there's like always
a bit
kind
more
of
aggro.
Right. There's a bit of aggro to it. And he's always kind of like, you're a little soft, or like, the high road is very pretty, but you'll have a hard time marching your army down it, and all these little things where it's like, he's not fully on board, if we can say it at least that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I almost wish you'd. I don't disagree with anything that you've said, but like I almost wish that you didn't, because I say that. Well, no. It's just that like my first time watching through. If we have listeners who are watching for the first time and keeping at our pace, and you have not watched ahead, I didn't. Although I definitely thought Roose was a little bit more like menacing, like more. What's the word? Like just. I guess just like coarse, like
sure.
He's just like
a bit rougher.
Yeah.
Than Ned,
than
for
Robb.
example.
I didn't actually get the feeling that he was scheming until much later. I just thought that he was the guy that, like, he was there almost as, like, the devil's advocate to challenge the niceness that is Robb.
Right. And I didn't mean, like, that he's plotting anything. Just that he's not, like, that's part of, like, the discord is him kind of maybe not constantly questioning Robb, but, like, that back and forth, that kind of not seeing quite eye to eye on everything is there. And it's just another thing on Robb's plate of Karstark is furious at him and his mother. His mother betrayed him. He lost Jaime. He's trying to bang this hot chick. and
you gotta find time,
hey,
man.
Listen, at least he got something accomplished this episode.
He could check one box.
He could check that box off big time. Very adult things that they're doing. We should probably talk about that scene. A good monologue from Talisa. She delivered that very well. Her story, about the kind of that man that inspired her to kind of be a healer, if you will. Well done, well delivered by the actress. And then she's so beautiful. She's so hot. She's just so hot. She's just, by the way,
she's so hot.
How many laces does Robb have on his fucking thing? Like, it takes her, like, she pulls out like 33 laces before she can get that,
dude,
that sexy hairy chest on full display.
You know what's so funny, dude, is that, like, while watching this scene with all those laces, I was
fiddling
thinking,
with your own laces?
No.
I mean.
Well, I mean, I was thinking, like, I was picturing how much I hate. So, like, I have, like, high top Vans or, like, Converse, like, just, like, lacing up high top shoes.
Oh, sure.
Fuck that, dude. Like, fuck that so much.
And then you're looking at this?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Lacing up high top shoes? Hell no. And then I think about that, and it's like, dude, how much lace do you have to undo just to do adult things?
Do adult things? Well, she's a pro at it, apparently, because she slips right out of that dress. She does a little, oh my god, she's so she's got that, like, loose braids. I love her hair. She's just gorgeous.
The freckles.
Yeah, the freckles. What did you say? They fuck your asshole or something along those lines?
Yeah, those freckles fuck my ass real good, dude.
Oh my god. It's good. Good for Robb. Young love. They're having a good time. Good for them. Is a good scene. Like I said, I do like the actual talking part of it a lot too, where she comes. I love how when she comes
the talking
in,
part's not as good.
The talking part's probably not as good, but what was the note I had here? When she comes in and she's like, my lord, your grace, whatever, and Roose just kind of looks at Robb and he's like, okay, I'm gonna leave now so you can get nasty with the hottie. I'll leave you to it, buddy. It's very, very good.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think that's all in the Riverlands. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, other than Robb getting real fucking pissed at Kat.
Oh, right.
He puts her under watch, 24-hour watch. Puts her in timeout.
Jaime escaped twice. Robb left for like a day, and these idiots let Jaime escape 2 times.
Dude, seriously.
Robb's like, I can't go fucking anywhere. Goddamn kids, I can't leave you alone for 2 minutes.
I feel like that's probably how you used to feel when we worked together, and you would take a couple days off.
And I would come back from my vacation, and you would have wrapped the entire computers up in, like, fucking plastic
saran wrap.
So I literally can't do any work. I fucking hate you
actually,
so much.
no, I hid. No.
You hid the monitors. That was a separate time.
No, it was the same time. I only did that once. It was the same time. No, what it was is I'm pretty sure
Oh, there was the cups of water, too, everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
There was, dude, like, literally 100 cups of water.
It was so fun, dude.
This is what I had to, but for those who don't know, Zach was the manager and I was his assistant manager, and this is the shit that I had to put up with when I'm coming back from vacation And first thing Monday morning, he has just literally destroyed my ability to do any work whatsoever.
Yeah, I was like, look,
This
man,
fucking
you've been
guy.
enjoying your vacation. You're gonna come back to some good old office pranks, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good old office pranks.
Yeah. I hid all. You're right. It was the monitors. I hid all the monitors.
Yep. Every single one.
And saran wrapped the keyboards.
Yeah.
And saran wrapped all the pens and everything in there. And then I also left clues. I left a scavenger hunt for Scott to find the monitor so that he could actually plug in the computer.
And I was not having it.
He was not okay with it. I was at the
not
gym,
having it.
like 2 doors down from where we worked, by the way. I was at, you remember that gym, like, I think prime time?
Yes.
I was right next door, and Scott calls me, and he's like, "You gonna fucking come clean this stuff up, right?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." No, I'm not. I'm not going over there. Valoria knows where the things are. If you're really gonna be a bitch and don't want to do the scavenger hunt.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is he blamed me for that? I'm the bitch for trying to do my job, trying to do my fucking. I hate you. We're not
I
gonna
definitely,
have this.
I definitely would have done the scavenger hunt and found those fucking computers, dude.
You're the fucking worst. Anyway, Rob can't leave his fuckers alone for 2 minutes. Let's go north. Just real quick. This is probably the smartest thing Corrin has ever done. Can we agree on that? We're agreed we don't love Corrin.
Yeah, Corrin is whatever.
But his Corn, his ploy here to get Rob on the inside.
It hasn't fully unraveled yet, but yes.
Right. His plan is to get John, I think I said Rob, John on the inside of Regret. Is where he definitely John wants to be.
Dude.
Is solid and good for you, Corrin. One good thing I can say about you. And that's pretty much the North. Oh, no, it's not. We got Gren and Sam and Ed.
Yeah. They find the Horn of Winter.
Well, no, but they find a horn.
Well, no.
No. Not hashtag not the Horn of Winter. Not my Horn of Winter. They find this dragon glass. Why do they find this dragon glass? Well, you'll have to wait and see. It will be important. And
it's so funny how, like, look, this is okay. Jokes aside, this is one of those things that I'm so appreciative of with Game of Thrones that, like, it's interesting when we see it for the first time. We're like, oh, wonder what that is.
Yeah.
And then, like, we just forget about it.
Yeah.
For seasons. And it's like, oh, that's what that shit was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick, Sam's teeth gross me out so much. Dude, the makeup artist was just like, oh, I'm giving him the full bullshit. My dude must have been literally not just eating shit, but just rubbing shit on his mouth for like 20 minutes. I love you, Sam, so much, but it's so gross. I can't even look at you. I can't even look at you.
It is pretty gross. That's funny. I wouldn't have acknowledged it during the episode, but yeah. No,
I couldn't look away from it when I was watching this episode. It was like a car wreck. I was like, oh, it was bad.
Man.
I think that's the North. What else do we have? Davos and Stannis. We have not got an update on them in a hot minute. They're sailing. Stavos, yeah, that's their celebrity couple name, Stavos. They be sailing, and Stannis is just
or
like
Stanos. Stanos is pretty good.
That just sounds too much like Thanos, and I'm not about that.
Stavos.
Isn't that what you said the first time? Danis. There you go.
Danis, my good friend. No, I don't like Danis.
I like Stavos better.
I like Stavos.
Stavos is what it is. Glad we got that out of the way.
Stavos is what it is.
Stavos just sounds like a Russian dude.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Davos becomes Hand of the King. Big promotion for him. He's
hand of one of the kings.
True. Okay, fair. But every time we see Davos this season, the dude's just getting the promotion. And I am here for it because I fucking love Davos.
Yeah.
He has that great line where he basically tells Stannis, he's like, we'll reach King's Landing in a day or something if the wind holds. And Stannis is like, will it hold? Davos, ever the extremely blunt and honest man, is just like, I can't make promises for the wind, Your Grace. I love Davos so much. And yeah, we get to the full backstory of why he is called the Onion Knight here. You know, he slipped through the lines.
We talked about this a couple days ago.
And yeah, he's now
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. Now he's Hand of a King. And I'm here for it because I love Davos. So
too bad his hand isn't full because he's missing fingertips.
It's true. He's like the half hand of the king.
The corn half hand of the king.
The corn half hand of the king.
Why do we insist on doing the corn joke when literally me, you, and like two
Jake
of our friends know what that is?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's honestly, it's like just a knee jerk reaction for me now.
Anytime somebody says
like
corn,
if a doctor was hitting my knee, my fucking my leg would kick up. It's just that.
Have you ever seen? I doubt you did. Back when Vine was big, you know Will Sasso?
I've heard. Yeah, I'm familiar.
He had this Vine that went viral where like anytime like lemons was said, like he would be like, and like a lemon would come out of his mouth.
Yeah, I have seen that. You showed
lemons.
Me that. You did show me that. You did show me that back in the day. I think our last thing is just King's Landing. Yeah,
King's Landing. Yeah. Actually, this is I do enjoy the Tyrion Bronn scene so much.
That's what I was gonna say. Tyrion and Bronn are just gold. They're just pure gold here. The part when Tyrion is just like so fed up with it, when Bronn is just staring at him, he's like, what? And they're just like, it's so good.
I can't clean my hands. I can't look at you.
I can't look at you. Tyrion's like, you should wear the gold cloak. I'm not wearing the gold cloak. They're like an old couple. It's so good.
You know, as far as like ambiance goes too.
That room kicks ass. What just happened? What just happened? For our watchers, Zach just looked at something off screen and then lost his damn mind. And now his autofocus is losing its mind.
We're gonna move on.
Okay. Fair enough. Tyrion and Bronn are amazing. They're
I
so
don't even
funny.
know what else.
I don't know. You were about to make some point about something.
I don't know.
Bronn says they should throw books at the people.
Yes, he
and
did.
Varys is like, we don't have that many books.
Well, we don't have that many men.
Well, we don't have that many men either. Yeah, they're trying to plan the defenses, and it's not going so hot. This is mainly just to illustrate to us that.
I know what I was gonna say.
If they don't get help, they're fucked. Let me just finish my thought. Go ahead.
Yes. For like the ambiance that's set in this scene, it's so hilarious that like there's no music, there's no sound, like there's no like wind, there's no like room sound. It's just silent, and you just hear like him just picking at his nails, and like you can just tell like the tension is just through the roof. And it makes me, honestly, dude, like, watching stuff like that, it makes me, like, think about how, well, I'm going to get real meta here for a second. Real, like, we always constantly have some type of, like, stimulation and noise. And, like, in that setting where there's, like, high tension, I could not deal with the silence like that. I would be like...
You would freak out like Tyrion does?
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah, I could not fucking deal with it.
See, I would definitely be Bronn in that situation where I'd just be like, there's nothing I can do about it, so I might as well just pick my nails.
I like to keep my hands clean.
Bronn's so good. I love him to death. Varys and Tyrion have a good sequence here, too.
I wish I wanted to say that, but
Sorry, I beat you to it.
no. I want to have that same sentiment because you can see like their mutual respect like starting to kind of unravel more. But you don't really get anything out of this conversation.
Yeah, it's not an incredible scene. Let me preface that. Like, it's fine, and they're both they're good actors. They're good at what they're doing.
Especially
but it's not like
for,
it didn't blow me away. You're right.
How this scene opens up, where Tyrion's like, "You're an intelligent man," and they kind of like stroke each other's dick for a second, and Tyrion goes, "What do you want?" And Varys is like, if we're going to play the game, you have to go first.
Yeah.
And I really thought like that just seems such like a good way to open up this like good conversation of like substance between the two. And you do get a little bit of Tyrion being like I didn't realize I would like playing this game as much as I do, and I'm good at it. But I have always found Varys very interesting, and I want more from him. And we just don't get it, unfortunately.
Not here, as I recall, it has been a while. If my memory serves correctly, I think we'll get some at least some very solid Varys scenes next episode.
We will.
Joff is so proud of his red smile joke. Oh my god, dude, he has never been more proud of himself in his life.
He's all.
He's like, shink. I'll give him a red smile. Shink. From ear to ear. He is so fucking proud of himself, and I was dying laughing.
He does like the knee slap. Walking away.
He is such a fucking idiot cornball, and I thought that was so funny. He sets up his own joke too. He's like, they say Stannis never smiles. I'll give him a red smile. So dumb.
What a guy, man.
Oh, what a fucking guy. The big one here is Tyrion and Cersei showdown. These two have Stannis bearing down on them. They should be focusing on the real enemy, but instead they're just trying to hurt each other. Real poor moves on kind of both of their parts. But I do find this scene very interesting because
I don't feel like Tyrion's trying to hurt her.
Well, after she brings Roz in, Tyrion.
Yeah, I mean, she
right. She struck first, and Tyrion responds. But I wanted to say that we've given Tyrion a lot of love, a lot of respect, a lot of props this season, and for good reason.
Right.
But we do get to see what I believe is to be Tyrion's biggest flaw on display here in this episode, in this scene particularly.
His pride? Well,
it's kind of connected to his pride. He's not capable of letting things go. He has not let go. Like the thing that happened with his wife, his first wife that we heard about, when he told the story. He's obviously, when he tells Cersei all this stuff about how he's gonna hurt her because of what she's done and her happiness, and when you think all this, blah blah blah. He cannot let things go, and those themes are explored more deeply in the books, because you can have things like inner monologue a lot easier in books, but
right.
I just wanted to call it out because as much love as we've given Tyrion, he is not a perfect character, and I wouldn't want him to be. Right. And I think it's interesting that we do see this here between him and Cersei, where they are just not compatible. There was like almost that tender moment between them in the last episode. And now they're just back to, fighting like cats and dogs. And it's just, It's not good for anyone. It's not good for the people around them. Cersei is concerned for her son. Now Tyrion is obviously very concerned for Shay and the people around him. It's just like, this is not the time for this, you guys. Come on.
Yeah. I found it kind of interesting too, how like when Roz was revealed, and Tyrion like plays it off, obviously. How like Roz just kind of like went with it. Like how I don't know. I mean, I guess like I guess now that I'm thinking about it, like I guess what else would she have done? But like it was just kind of convenient, I guess, that she's just like, do not forget about me. You know, like it just seemed like it kind of fit the bill too well. But
sure,
whatever. He gave her that lion necklace in Winterfell, right?
correct. That's like the whole thing. That's I joked about the whole Roz storyline paying off. She said something to the effect like Theon's like, oh, your customers tip you better or something like that, and she's like, yeah, some of my patrons are more generous than others, and yeah, he gave it to this is not the way it goes down at all in the books. It's like a completely separate character, FYI. I'm drawing way too many comparisons to the book, and I'm sorry. I tried not to do that.
You're being that guy.
I am being that guy. I'm just
nobody likes
for
that
context. Yes, this is part of the reason the character of Roz was invented, so they could tie it back to this. So they didn't have to do the whole other thing. But sorry for being that guy.
Yeah, dude. Just
I'm the worst. What can I say? Anything else you wanted to say about that?
No, I think that's pretty much everything in King's Landing, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much everything everywhere. I think
that is. Yeah, I don't have any other notes. Yep,
I think we're ready.
I think it's time for Who Be Thronin'.
Our final segment for this week is going to be, let's break down frame by frame the adult things scene between between Talisa and Robb. No, I'm kidding.
Can we do it in slow motion, please?
Yeah, yes, please. This is Who Be Thronin', where we last left off for episode 17. My fucking dude, Jamie. How did I talk you into that? Jamie had taken...
you didn't have to talk me into it. Jamie's fucking amazing,
fucking rad. Jamie had taken the stop spot, followed by Tywin at 2, Arya at 3, Tyrion at 4, and Ygritte making her debut on the board at number 5.
I think this week's going to be a little tough for placement. I was thinking about this before we started recording, and like... it's like so many of the characters that we love are not in good spots.
No, they're there's kind of winning and losing for a lot of the characters.
Right. And Tywin's out. Tywin wasn't in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was. I'm sorry. No, that's right. The War Council, and he left.
I'm gonna go ahead and say before we do anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and say Arya should move up to number 1.
Oh,
because she had a great episode and she escapes Harrenhal.
Yes.
So she's like winning all the way around, where I feel like a lot of the characters you can't really say that about. I'm going to float a name for a possible addition to the list here. I'm going to float a couple, actually.
Okay, please do, because I don't have any.
My boy Sir Davos became a Hand of the King.
I do think Stannis needs to be up here.
You think Stannis? Okay, I can.
I mean, I feel like I am just kind of like tunnel visioning like the position aspect of this whole thing. But yes, because of that, I think he needs to be up.
I can see it. The other one I was gonna float. This one may not fly as well. Where are you? But my boy Bronn. I love Bronn in this episode.
I don't know.
He doesn't do a lot. I mean, he's kind of helping them plan the siege. He's the realist of the group, but he's basically just like, yeah, I'd trade all your books for a few archers, and you know, he's generally being, you know, just so much fun.
You know, we didn't actually talk about the real nugget that he gives, like how crime has gone down.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That's actually pretty legit.
Yeah. I'm saying he locked up all the known thieves.
Yeah, no, I picked him up, and Tyrion's like,
for
what?
Questioning,
and he's like, nope, just pick them up.
Now it's all the unknown thieves we need to worry about.
Yeah.
Braun's good, man. Braun has a real case.
He does. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about that, his other, just to finish off that scene, his reasoning is like, look, man, once a siege happens, like, we can't have these people out there.
It is a shit show.
It is a mess. Yeah.
He's dropping some truth bombs.
Yeah, even Varys is like,
yeah,
these are specific times.
Under the
circumstances,
I think this flies. My lord. Yeah. I think Ygritte can come off. Like, agreed. She did fine, but she didn't do anything that spectacular. Jaime had the great scene with Brienne, and he's kind of sort of free now, so I could see him staying. Tyrion did not have a great ep. I almost could see his streak being broken here. He kind of got his butt handed to him a bit.
By Cersei?
Well, by Cersei, and just the fact that he's like kind of at a loss as to what they're going to fucking do with this impending siege, too.
Yes, but he does. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get specific here. Okay. I'm going to call a technicality.
Oh, boy.
It is this episode that he does have the idea to use the quote pig shit.
The quote pig shit. Okay, that's fair.
And his position hasn't changed. It's, you know,
well,
like
it's
there was still an impending siege last episode.
It's precarious though. All right, I do like your pig shit argument. I don't think Stannis is gonna make it. Not
okay. You want to knock Tyrion down because of this impending siege by Stannis, but Stannis doesn't have ground to stand on to make the list? Doesn't make any sense.
All right, fair enough. I'm looking at this list and I'm like, how the fuck? I think all of these.
Do you think Tywin had a good episode?
That's a fair assessment.
He left. That's it. That's all he's done.
All right. I hate to do it to you, Tywin, but you're right. You're right. Okay, that leaves us with still 6, though. Somebody's got to drop out of these.
Man, I don't know that Bronn makes it.
See, I think Bronn had a better episode than Tyrion.
Well, that's because you look at them as like, hey, I liked you more in the episode. Like,
not fully. I'm saying like Tyrion did have some big negatives happen to him with like the Cersei stuff. Hold on. Maybe Jaime doesn't make it.
I would be okay with that.
Like, he has a really
barely in it.
Funny scene with Brienne. He is free now, though. Kinda,
okay, sorta. But so you're saying he went from negative position to still negative position, but just a little closer.
When he was captured, we had him at number 1, and now I'm trying to use it as. Okay, Jaime comes off. I think we can shake to that.
This is a weird list. This is not what I expected this to be.
This is not what I expected. So judging by, because you're tunnel visioning this positioning aspect, do you think Stannis goes to 2?
Nah, I like Davos more. Put Davos at 2.
Good. Thank you for that. Look at I love Davos. Stannis 3 then?
Nah, Bronn 3.
Come on.
Okay, Tyrion 3, Bronn 4, Stannis 5.
I don't know if I can fuck with that. Because Stannis right now, you're always the one that wants to go off the positioning argument. This is like the strongest position Stannis has ever had.
Okay, what, you want to put Stannis at 1?
No, I want to put him at 3. Let's not get crazy.
Okay.
I want to put Stannis at 3, Tyrion at 5, and Bronn at 4.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I would like.
Only because I will allow it. Will this happen?
All right.
I need you to admit that on the podcast.
Okay, fair enough. Only because you allow it. Are we good with Arya at 1? I think she had a fantastic episode.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, and she escaped.
She escaped, for sure.
And she fucking, well, I guess that was last episode where she named Jaqen. Yeah. No, that was this episode.
Wait. No, yeah, it was this episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know what we're talking about. Sometimes. That is
You want
who
to talk
be
about
thrown
Jennifer
in-
Love Hewitt some?
Please, God. No.
Please, God.
This is who be thrown in for this week. The listeners who are not watching what we've done, they're probably so confused right now. Who was what? Where now? Arya stays at number 1. Was she at 1 before? I can't
Yes.
remember. Arya just crushing it this later half of the season. Davos, my boy, gets named Hand of the King. He's leading a fleet into Blackwater Bay. He's a baller at 2. Stannis, he's in a strong spot right now. He's got a big ass army, a lot of ships sailing to take King's Landing at number 3. Bronn's just a baller. He's just so cool at number 4.
Bronn's gonna Bronn, dude.
Bronn's gonna Bronn. Well said. And Tyrion, he took some L's. I thought he might have his streak broken this week of consecutive weeks on the list, but he just barely clings on at number 5.
His consistency over this season has been impeccable. Even last season too.
Yeah. Tyrion has the most appearances on Who Be Thrown In by a mile. So, and for good reason. He's been great. That is Who Be Thrown In for this week. And we will pick it up next time. The real banger of an episode, Zach. I'm excited for next week. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
dude. I think you know what? So we've actually had several of you listeners and or watchers reach out stating that you would like longer episodes.
That's true, actually.
And I have a feeling, I have a sneaking suspicion that tomorrow might be a long episode.
Tomorrow?
I said tomorrow.
Zach's
next
releasing
week,
it tomorrow.
Next week's episode will be a long epised.
There's going to be a lot to talk about.
Many of you will likely get your wish.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, why don't you take us out of here, bud?
Yeah, look, we appreciate the absolute shit out of you guys. We say it all the time.
Tell your grandmas.
We mean it all the time. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Hit us up on the Twitter, the Instagram, the Discord, all the good stuff. All those links will be down below. You guys know the spiel. Tell your friends, and most importantly, tell your grandmas, because grandmas love Game of Thrones and they love dipshits.
Scientifically proven.
Yeah, proven. It's the right thing to do. Okay. If you love your grandparents, tell your grandma. Okay. Look, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Don't be a son of a crabber.